from Holston Valley. Hope you're going well. I wanted to tell you how I make selections about sending wethers off to market. I've got quite a few orders to fulfill for my customers today. So I'm weighing some wethers and making some decisions about which ones stay and perhaps get a big kick in the bum to go out there and eat some more grass, or which ones actually go. So this one I've decided is going to go. So why have I decided that? Well, first of all, I've weighed this particular animal and I'm looking for as close to sort of 40 kilos. If it's a little bit more, even better, but as close to 40 kilos as I can. So because I'm wanting to get at least an 18 kilo carcass. Yeah, now Wiltshire horns do dress out very, very well, 50% or more. So, and that's based on my experience anyway. This one could definitely be heavier, but I've got orders, I need to fulfill them, and the meat will still be amazing. So the other thing I do, so I weigh them, try and get as close to that 40 kilo mark as I possibly can. Then so what I've done is popped him in here. I used my Tru-Test XR5000 to weigh. I've used my wand. It's a wether, but you know, I could record data if I wanted to on him. But then the other thing I do is condition score. So now, actually, I probably really shouldn't do this because there's a bar here, which is pretty dangerous. So I'll move to the next sheep and I'll just show you what I do. Now this is a ewe, so I won't be sending her off. You can see her in here. She's not very happy with me, but I'm trying to condition score her. Now head to the Sheep Show podcast if you want to get the detail of how to condition score. I have a whole podcast on this, and there are also lots of great images you can get of the sheep's vertebrae and what the condition scores look like. So for example, that is the shape that would be condition score 1. Yeah, so the shape and the feel, and you're feeding a lot of knuckles or a lot of vertebrae. A shape like this would be about a condition score 2, condition score 3, condition score 4, condition score 5. Does that make sense? So the shape tells you a lot. Now it's best to do it with your hands though, so that you can actually feel the vertebrae. So feel the actual knuckles or the vertebrae. It feels like knuckles, but feel the vertebrae under the actual coverage. Now if you've got really woolly sheep, this is hard. It is quite hard to actually get that feel. So hopefully she'll comply. She's not going to comply, but so I'm just having a feel of her now. She's not very compliant. She's on her own in this race, so she's not very happy. But she would probably be a condition score 2. So it's the end of winter here. We've been lambing. Feed is pretty lean on the ground. She probably would have been a better condition score earlier on in the year. They need to be topped up with feed. I know that's what I'm facing right now with my sheep and with the season that we're having. Even though you wouldn't know it by this beautiful day that we're having here, and we did get some rain recently. So the grass is growing as we speak, which is always good news to sheep farmers. But that's another thing that I do before I decide to send them off. I want to try and make sure that the weight is as close as I can get, and the condition score is also good as well, so that there is a nice as reasonable fat coverage. Now Wiltshire horns, generally they can get fat like anything else, but generally there's a lot of intramuscular fat rather than the fat on the top. So for me, that I'm wanting a little bit of fat coverage because fat's flavor, you know. So I don't want my butcher to have to do a lot of trimming, because for every kilo of butchering that they butcher, I have to pay. So if there's a lot of trim, I'm paying, and I don't really get the value in meat. Does that make sense? So I want to have a product that has flavor, intramuscular fat, and I want to have not a major thick layer of fat. Now, if you're new to sheep and you're deciding what breed to go with, go back and have a listen to some of the podcasts that I did on finding your sheep match, because that will really help you. The breed of sheep to choose is the breed of sheep that's going to be best for your time, your infrastructure, and your environment. Yeah. So for us, we generally have grass all year round. We can carry stock at the moment all year round, but our breed is a slower maturing breed, and that means that the meat flavor is superior. It's a bit like that slow food movement, if you like, or, you know, compare a chicken that's ready for the table in 8 weeks or 10 weeks to a chicken that might take longer. The commercial realities, though, are a bit different. Just bear that in mind. So this is where you need to choose the breed that's going to suit your time, lifestyle, environment, and infrastructure as well. We're a self-shedding breed. We don't have any shearing facilities. So again, that's quite useful for us. So there you go. 2 things to make your decisions: the weight of the animal and the condition score of the animal. And for a animal going off to market, you're wanting to get a condition score, for us anyway, 2.5 to 3. That's the condition score we would like, would be ideal from a flavor versus commercial viability in terms of that trim that we're talking about. Thanks for watching.